Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Cards the Diecast 4 channel. I want to thank you for watching. And in this episode we continue our series on Jordan versus Flair. And this is episode 3, the 1991 Flair set. Now I have to start off by saying we have to start analyzing this from more of a serious standpoint. We're now starting to get to the end of the beginning of the 90s rather. And we're going to start entering the 80s. But one thing we'll say, I'm going to go ahead and see, as you see here, a pack of the 1991. This here is I believe the last year of the wax packs. In 1992, we began to see the Flair Ultra, which I just posted that video up not too long ago. And as you can see here, it's tamper evident. Once you tear it, you can't, put it back together without it being really shown that it's been tampered with. You can't see through it, so it's a lot more of a protective pack that could show evidence of tampering. These wax packs over here have a tendency of sometimes just essentially breaking apart, and so therefore it is easy. First off, let's see if you can't see this along with me. If you could see right there, you could start seeing through the cover of the wrapper. You could already see that it seems like AC Jones or KC Jones is the first card in the pack. You could see through the cover or the front of the pack itself, and it's very easy to actually open these packs here, and it's even more of an easy challenge to actually break it open, search the pack, get the Jordans out, and put dummies in here and sell tampered packs. So it's very important. Now this is the 91 set here, a Gem Mint 10 Jordan. I'm not sure exactly how much it will sell for, but the thing is though, once you start getting into the wax packs boxes, which is 91 and back, 90, 89, 88, 87, and especially 86, you're going to want to start investing, I recommend, into authenticated boxes. Usually the Baseball Card Exchange is like the top authenticator of such boxes, and they usually wrap it and you could see their logo all over it. And what they do is a couple things. Let's go ahead and get a big old stack here, because this is the box that all these packs came out of, but it just the glue didn't hold, and so the thing just broke apart, which is why you see the box in this condition. But right here we have a box of the 1990 basketball set, which we'll be doing an unboxing video later. But one of the things that they look for when authenticating these packs, and I'm going to try to see if I can't show it to you, because I think you could see it here. Now in the light, let's zoom in here a little bit. Now in the light, you notice how there's a big dull area right here, but then there's shiny parts here at the end. Well, what happens is that there's some wax in here, and a hot press will roll over this middle part of the pack and it will seal it. So when you see packs, these wax packs, what you're going to be looking for is the evidence of the roller pack, a smooth rolling transition. You see that the shiny part consists even along the surface there, and you can see that the roller part where the hot roller went by is consistent. It's not like this part here is shiny, but then here in the bottom part, the shiny part's like over here. And so this will be considered an authentic pack. Also, what they try to look for is evidence that the wax packing has been opened, because then you start seeing creases and things of this such, and it can make it look very much more tamper, where it's positive that this pack has been tampered with. I went ahead and opened a couple of these packs here because I had some questions. Another thing that you'll notice when the Baseball Card Exchange or any other authenticator is looking to see if the packs and the box is authentic is they will try to put a whole stack of them together, and you want to see for similar correlation. Like if you were all of a sudden to see one of these packs where it was nothing but yellow, writing yellow, writing yellow, this pack is most likely, or this box has most likely been tampered with. So that's what they're going to be looking for whenever they authenticate a box. They're wanting to see good collation, the roller printing or the hot roller evidence, and the shiny sides and things. And with these packs here, I'd have sometimes my questions as to the authentication or authenticity of this. You notice how these packs here seem to be very torn. Now this could be this could be an untampered box, but the thing is, though, you could see a lot of damage to this. And with some of these packs, let's see if I can't find another evidence. Well, that's a pretty good pack right there. See right here. You see how this doesn't look anything like how it should, like the other one should. Now there does seem to be some that smooth roller mark down the middle. You can see where it's shiny, and then there's the dull part. But you can see how this thing's open right here. Same thing with this. This also looks like it's been tampered with. I don't know if it is, but that's food for thought whenever you're getting into the wax packed era. So especially if you're going to buy the 1988, 87, 86, that's the big three, you're going to want to buy them authenticated. For example, here, our final unboxing in the Jordan versus Flair is going to be the 1988, and as you can see there, it's been authenticated by the Baseball Card Exchange. And what they do is they put a sealer, they wrap the box, and so no one could get into it. And as you can see, their logo, this has been an authenticated box. So I have a lot of faith that when we open this box, it's going to be nothing but authenticated packs that have been unsearched. So that's my food for thought. And so let's go ahead and get all these other boxes out of the way, and let's start the 1991 Flair, Jordan versus Flair Unpacking 1991 Flair basketball card set. Alrighty then, guys, this is one of the packs I already opened. And another thing you need to be thinking about whenever you buy these packs is that the wax, this is like a candle. This is almost like a candle right here. The same type of wax that you see in your candle is kind of like what makes this. I mean, there's other things that make this pack, but this is a wax pack. And because it's wax, the front and back cards feel very waxy. And I don't know if you could see it here. This doesn't look too bad, but I'll see if I can't find another pack where you see a lot of evidence of the wax getting on the card, and that actually could degrade the grade of the card. So let's go ahead and start our unpacking. Horace Grant, Charles Smith, Robert Parrish, Derek Harper, Karl Malone, All-Star card. Keep these All-Star cards whenever you find them and set them aside. Theodore Edwards, Dominic Wilkins, Danny Ferry, Chris Mullen, All-Star team, set that aside. Derek McKee, Buck Williams, Rex Chapman, Jerry Reynolds, and AJ English. Alright, pack number two. Pack number two, okay. Let's see here, whenever I can, okay. Now with these wax packs, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to show you who the front card is. So if you ever decide to buy a single pack, these cards here, the 91 pack, I wouldn't care too much for because like there's not a whole lot. But as you can see, someone named Liberty is there. So let's go ahead and keep an eye on the collation to see where we could find which pack has the Jordan. And so if you're buying single packs and you can actually see through, you might be able to find the pack that has the Jordan on it. Marcus Liberty, Nigel Knight, Terry Cummings, Tyrone Corbin, Rex Chapman, Jerome Richardson, Clyde Drexler, Byron Scott, Dee Brown, Rory Sparrow, Kevin Johnson, Sherman Douglas, John Concack, Eddie Johnson. Find, okay, this is AC Jones or KC Jones, one of the two. Casey Jones, the coach, Fred Roberts, Dennis Rodman, All-Star Game. No specific individual, but we'll set that aside anyway. Pat Riley, Derek Coleman, Otis Thorpe, Hakeem Olajuwon, league leaders. Keep that too. Phil Jackson, Bo Kimball, Herb Williams, Otis Smith, Del Harris, Chuck Pearson. There's Shrimp, Detlef Shrimp. Now, once again, this might be a tampered pack. This might be a tampered box. So, with this here, you need to take it at will. And I don't know here if you could tell with the light here real quick. I don't know if you could tell. If you could tell right there, right where his, right under his ear, you could tell that there's some waxy material there. So that's something you need to think about as well when you're considering grading cards. The wax does get onto the cards themselves. Another card about, let's back this up here. All right, Detlef Shrimp. All-Star Game card, keep that aside. Eric Floyd, Reggie Lewis, Danny Manning, and then we got a Michael Jordan. Here's a Michael Jordan, but no, this is the league leaders card. This isn't the base card, but it is a league leaders. So this might be an authentic box to begin with. As I failed to mention, whenever you have a specific card you're looking for out of a box, have your top loaders, penny sleeves and top loaders, or your sheets ready to immediately put your valuable hits into a protective environment. So just in case you forget where you put them and you don't want to actually get them bended, you have them protected. All right, Rolando Blackman, Ramil Robinson, Thurl Bailey, Kenny Smith, Brad Daugherty, Richard Pettyfan, Terry Porter, Benoit Benjamin, Sean Kemp, and then B.J. Armstrong. Let's see what the front card, Byron Scott. This is a Byron Scott pack, front pack. As you can see, these things are very easy to open. Byron Scott. Then we have D. Brown, Rory Sparrow, Kevin Johnson, Sherman Douglas, John Canick, Eddie Johnson, Del Ellis, James Edwards. And then we have a Michael Jordan special insert. The drawing off-center, though, unfortunately, in the back. As you can see, it's very off-centered. In the front, it seems to be pretty well. No, it's crappy. It's off-centered. Those centering issues, they just cut them just however they wanted to. Top sleeve, or top loader, penny sleeve, top loader. For that, let's go ahead and finish this. Alrighty then, let's get to the last pack. I already opened this pack. This is one of the 4 packs I think I opened. Kevin McHale's on the cover, Harvey Grant, Isaiah Thomas, Eric Lechner, Rick Smits, Ed Pickney, Buck Johnson, Will Perdue, Ken Norman, John Stockton, James Donaldson, Spud Webb, Mark Eaton, Chris Dudley. Alright, with this pack here, we got Reggie Miller on the cover. Reggie Miller on the cover. And I can't identify, pardon me, I cannot see. Oh no, we got Clyde Drexler. I don't know if you could tell. Clyde Drexler on the back. When you get to, if this was in 1986 with the Jordan rookie on it, you see a Jordan on the front or Jordan on the back, don't you dare open the pack. Get the pack graded, PSA will actually have it written down, Jordan back, Jordan rookie on front, whatever it is, especially as we get to 1988, where you actually have a stick of gum as well that you have to deal with. Do not open a pack with a Jordan in the front or the back. Do not do that. Do not do it. Get the pack graded, and I promise you, if you have a Jordan, especially an 86 pack with a Jordan rookie on the front, you're going to make some good money with that. Good money. Reggie Miller. Ooh. Todd Murphy. Kendall Gill. John Concack. Eddie Johnson. Dell Ellis. James Edwards. D. Brown. Roy Sparrow. Kevin Johnson. Sherman Douglas. Rex Chapman. Jerome Richardson. Clyde Drexler. We got Reggie Williams with the cover card. Back, we don't know. Can't tell. Reggie Williams. Glenn Rice, Sarah Palin's ex-boyfriend. Wes Unseld. Alvin Robertson. Cliff Livingston. Mark Jackson. Bob Hill. Karl Malone. AC Green. Jim Les. Checklist. David Robinson. Tom Chambers. Daryl Valentine. I can't tell, guys. And gals. I can't tell. Back card. Can't tell either. Alright, Ken Norman. Very warped and bent. This looks like a very bad pack. James Donaldson. This is very sticky too. This is kind of making me believe that some of these packs aren't legit. Spud Webb. Craig Alo. Chris Dudley. Sean Kemp. Cliff Robertson. Bill Cartwright. Theodore Edwards. Terry Coolidge. Purvis Ellison. Junk. I'm not even gonna store these. These are all warped. Warped beyond belief. Alright, now we're gonna have another pack here. And right now I could see through the basketball somebody named Jim Enham. And the back of the can't tell, too many folds, so I can't tell who's on the back. Jim Lehman, Mark West, Joe Wolf, Ronnie Seekley, Glenn Littles, All-Star Game card, Mitch Richmond, Johnny Dawkins, Casey Jones, John Stockton, All-Star card, keep that, Dennis Rodman, Fred Roberts, Pat Riley, All-Star card, Otis Thorpe. Can't tell. Can't tell on the back either. Vern Fleming. Larry Nance. Larry Brown. Dominic Wilkins. All-Star card. Gary Grant. Rodney McRae. Don Chaney. Alvin Robertson. Mookie Blaylock. Hakeem Olajuwon. Chuck Daly. Hakeem Olajuwon. All-Star card. Frank Burkowski. Vinnie Johnson. LaSalle Thompson. LaSalle Thompson's the cover card. Back card, can't tell. LaSalle Thompson, Reggie Miller, Tyrone Hill, Kendall Gill, Todd Murphy, Eddie Jones, John Concack, James Edwards, Dale Ellis, D. Brown, Sherman Douglas, Kevin somebody with a C. Connell, something, Connell, I think. Can't tell who's on the back. These are too waxed in too much. Dwayne Cosell, Vlade Divac, Paul Presley, Checklist, Trent Tucker, Jeff Malone, Charles Barkley painting, doesn't even look like him, Brian Oliver, David Robinson League Leaders, Chris Jackson, Dan Shaves, Wayne Tisdale, Kevin Campbell, Kevin Edwards. And right there you see all that junk. That's all wax right there. Devalues the card big time. Can't tell. Chris Morris, Brian Shaw, Rick Mahorn, Mark Aguirre, James Worthy, Detlef Schrempf, Kevin Willis, Floyd, All-Star card, Danny Manning, Reggie Lewis, Londo Blackman, and Michael Jordan, League Leader. Got another Michael Jordan League Leader. Thurl Bailey. Alright. We got Danny Ferry. Front card. Can't tell who's on the back. Got Danny Ferry, Buck Williams, Derek McKay, Karl Malone All-Star card, Derek Harper, Dominic Wilkins, Theodore Edwards, All-Star card with Jordan on front, I believe, Vernon Maxwell, Robert Parrish, Charles Smith, Bernard King, Scottie Pippen, J.R. Reed. Can't tell. Can't tell. Dominic Wilkins, Theodore Edwards, All-Star card game with Jordan on the cover, Vernon Maxwell, Robert Parrish, Charles Smith, Bernard King, Scottie Pippen, J.R. Reed, LaSalle Thompson, Reggie Miller, Tyrone Hill, Kendall Gill, Todd Murphy. Ron Harper cover. Ron Harper. Randy White, Vernon Coles, Buck Williams, Sam Bowie, Kenny Smith, Tim Hardaway All-Star Team, Patrick Ewing All-Star Team, very nice, Jay Humphries, Bill Lampier, Rick Adelman, Mike Schuler, Charles Barkley, Chris Mullen, Kevin McHale, Kevin McHale, Felton Spencer, Isaiah Thomas, Harvey Grant, Rick Smits, Eric Lechner, Buck Johnson, Ed Pickney, Ken Norman, Will Perdue, James Donaldson, John Stockton, Mark Eaton, Spud Webb. We got a Bob, somebody named Bobby. I don't know who exactly. Bobby, something W. Bob Weiss, Chris Ford, Vlade Divac, Dwayne Caldwell, Checklist, Paul Presley, Jeff Malone, Trent Tucker, Richie Abadou, Gary Payton, Kevin Johnson All-Star card, Dennis Scott, Johnny Newman, All-Star card team. You can see it through the T, but I can't tell who that is. Is that Drexler? Clyde Drexler? No, it's a Derek Coleman, Phil Jackson, Keem Olajuwon, league leaders, Herb Williams, Bo Kimball, Del Harris, Otis Smith, John Williams, Chuck Pearson, Matt Gukas, Hershey Hawkins, Rod Higgins. Might not be able to tell, it's like Chris Larson or something. Chris Jackson, Kevin Gamble, Wayne Tisdale, Dan Marley, Kevin Edwards, Del Curry, Gerald Wilkins, Kevin Durer something, Terry Tisdale, Todd, Kendall Gill, Sean Elliott, Sam Mitchell, Horace Grant. I think this is a John Stockton. John Stockton, I bet. John Stockton with a Kevin McHale back. Yep, there we go. John Stockton, Mark Eaton, Spud Webb, Buck Johnson, Ed Pickney, Ken Norman, Will Perdue, Isaiah Thomas, Harvey Grant, Rick Smits, Eric, Rod, Drazen, Kevin McHale. Blair Russellman, or Roosman, Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan. So there's something with the Ewings, and oh my God. Of course, the best thing to do is drop your Jordan card. Unfortunately, this may be the last card that we get of a Jordan, but the sequencing has to do something with ease. Patrick Ewing is right before him or right after him. And I dropped this just now, and it already has a debt, so I'm not really going to concern myself with saving it. But that's the order to it. Chris Ford, Bob Weiss, Dwayne Cosell, Vlade Divac, Paul Presley, Checklist, Trent Tucker, Jeff Malone, Ricky Pierce. So it's going backwards and forwards. There is a correlation to these cards. There is a correlation to these Flair cards. Gary Grant. Gary Grant, Rodney McRae, All-Star card. I've had like 5 of those now. Larry Nance, Gary Payton, Kevin Johnson. I already have a bunch of those. Johnny Newman, Rod Strickland, Don Nelson, Maurice Cheeks. Can't tell. Can't tell. Larry Smith, Joe Dumas, Charles Barkley, Don Nelson, Rod Strickland, Maurice Cheeks, Jerome Kersey, Dick Motta, John Stockton, Magic Johnson, Tavis Mays, Paul Weinstein, Antoine Carr, John Paxton, Charles Oakley. I think somebody with the last name Scott Somebody with the last name Scott. Byron Scott. Marcus Liberty. Nigel Knight. Sean Kemp. Cliff Robinson. James Donaldson. Derek Coleman cover card. Derek Coleman, 8 Casey Jones, John Stockton All-Star card, Dennis Rodman, Fred Roberts, Grant Lickle All-Star card, Mitch Richmond, Johnny Davis, Coach, Mark West, John Wolfe, Ron Seekley, Paul Westhead, whatever. Filler cards. Alright, we got our final 3 packs. I think it's Chuck Daly. Somebody Chuck. Chuck Pearson, John Williams, Sadell Threet, Coach, Kiki, Hershey Williams, David Robinson, Chuck Morris, Tim Hardaway, Sadell Threet, Sadell Threet, Hershey Hawkins, Del Harris, Otis Smith, John Williams, Chuck Pearson, Phil Jackson, Keem Olajuwon League Leaders, Herb Williams, Bo Kimball, Pat Riley, All-Star card, and Otis Thorpe. I don't know if you can tell there, but it's something Childress or Childers. Chambers, Tom Chambers, Carmelone, Bob Hill, Jim Les, A.C. Green, Alvin Robertson, Wes Unseld, Mark Jackson, Cliff Robertson, Xavier McDaniel, Jerry Sloan, Glenn Rice, Reggie Williams, Rick Adelman. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the end of this very long video, but at the same time I hope you did learn something from this, in that the older Flair packs did have a very strong sequencing to them, and that you can sometimes see through the pack with these wax packs who is in front, and then you should be able to tell if there's going to be a Michael Jordan in that pack or not. We got 3 base cards for Michael Jordan, but I, of course, as soon as I held on to it, it dropped. And so there's a big dent. There's a big dent right there in that corner. And I think this was actually the only one that wasn't affected by any sort of staining. So this is why I keep saying, make sure that you have your top loaders and sleeves ready, and make sure you don't drop these things. Flair All-Star card, a drawing, and a league leaders. So at least I got a little bit of everything. So that was the 1991 Flair unboxing. This was episode 3 of Jordan versus Flair. We are going into 1990, and then 1989, and then 1988 we'll finish our unboxings. And then with 1987, got a couple cards right here of it. 1987 is just going to be a showcasing because it's really not worth it. I'll get more into that as that video comes. And then of course we have the big unboxing of the all graded 1986 complete set with stickers. So please like and subscribe this video. Hope you learned something and enjoyed it. This has been the Cards, the Diecast 4 channel. I want to thank you for watching.